Alright, so Wouldn't Want to Be Like You by the Alan Parsons Project. This was released in 1977 off of the iRobot album. And I remember when I first heard this song, and I thought, well, two things right away was like, that guy was like crazy good singer, like really, really good. And I never knew who it was until I started working on this lesson. And the guy's name was Lenny Zakatek. And just an amazing singer, you know, like really top notch. And it kind of reminds me of when Mickey Thomas from the Jefferson Starship used to sing with Elvin Bishop, right? And Fooled Around and Fell in Love, you know that song? I always thought like that was Elvin Bishop singing, right? Because that was just sort of a natural like assumption that the guy singing it was, that's whose band it was, right? But it was Mickey Thomas. And same here. I always thought it would be Alan Parsons singing, right? Anyways, kind of naive about the music business back in the day, right? Anyways, and the guitar solo, that's the other thing that really stands out for me. And that was played by a guy called Ian Berndtson. And he wound up playing with Alan Parsons Project for a lot of albums. Really good guitar player. But the interesting thing about him is he came from a band called Pilot. And they did that song Magic. It's sort of a cheesy kind of 70s song, you know, that kind of song that nobody admits to liking, but everybody actually likes it. Anyways, if you listen halfway through it, he does a guitar solo, and it's like harmonized guitars. And it's very Brian May-like, very Queen-inspired, I would think. And also I read when researching this lesson that he likes to use a sixpence for a pick, just like Brian May, so you can tell he's been influenced by him. Okay, so let's get on with the lesson. We're in C minor, and I'll just go over the chords quickly. We've got C minor, and then we got a B flat over a C bass, just barring on the third fret there from the A string. And then we've got an A flat over a C bass that you could play like that, right, barring on the first fret and hitting the C note on A3, right? But you can also play that A flat here, like this, right? It's like, you know, that bar chord, but only we're over this C. So you could go. And I think that's a little smoother. Like the actual guitar on the record is just going. You're just heavily muted on that A string, right? But if you want to play this without a keyboard player, you know, just. Like so, right? And if you. You know, it's not as smooth, right, to make that transition. So I think that's a better way of doing it. Okay? And then eventually it breaks into the... that's like a C minor 7. And it, you know, there's like keyboards galore going on here. But the guitar just is vamping, you know? And then we go up to an F minor 7. And that's pretty prominent throughout, right? Down there too. Just on the E string, right? I don't care. And the vamp sort of, you know, the rhythmic stuff sort of stops there. What you do? And then we ended up by going G minor 7, F minor 7, and I like to play it like that, where I'm barring D, G, and B, and E. Right? Some guys would do that. It's a thumb. And you're kind of muting out the A string. That's just, you know, one way of doing it, G minor 7. Or you could do it that way, right? Or you could just forget the bass notes and just go, right? So coming out of this, so that's really a, just a vamping kind of feel part. And then there's the ending part, which is just going to be just like the beginning. And we're just C, C, B flat over C, C, right? And that's it for the rhythm part. Okay, so the solo now, we're in C minor pentatonic position 1. I'm going to slide up into the second position for part of it, okay? And then go down, kind of like the fourth position, C minor pentatonic, okay? So we're going to start out like this. The reason I love this solo is because it's unique to the song, It's like a lot of guys will play the same licks in every solo, but this is like, as soon as you hear that, it's like, it's this song, right? So we're just on the F note here on G10, slide in, and pull off to E8, or G8. And then back to the C here on D10. It's all in this box, right? So far. Right? Then so. And what I'll do now is I'll get this next fret with my middle finger. So I'm in good position for the rest of it. Right? Go back to the G note there on G12. That's good because you're skipping the string there, so it kind of gives you, I don't know, it's just more expressive. So right? And then, so what that is we're kind of adding in that D note, kind of like the second or the ninth. It's the only note that he plays in the solo that's outside the 5-note pentatonic scale, right? So it's a pre-bend, right? All right, so now we're going to go okay, and that is such a classic blues kind of approach, right? A lot of times you'll hear guys go, playing that there instead of bent. You could go like, right? But he does it bent, so. Right? So slowly that would be. And I get the C note there on D10 with my middle finger. I guess I use my little finger there. I mean, I use whatever fingers feel comfortable at the time, kind of thing, right? Okay, so we just repeated it, right? And now, to end that, we're going to go, right? So, same thing. Instead of going up, we're going to go land on the 7th there, the B flat, right? And then, right? So that's a pre-bend up to the C note. So we got C, B flat, and then we've got G, E flat, and C. So what we've got is a C minor 7 arpeggio. And that, you know, right there, that's the sign of a real professional guitar player, right? Like using arpeggios, it really makes your solo sound good. Ending up on that F note, okay? And then that's like here. Right, so we're down in the 4th position, C minor pentatonic. Right, I'm just pushing that up. And that's a pull-off, actually. And then he does that, you know, thing, right? Okay, so. And then we got the last lick of the solo, which is just killer. So good, right? Love that lick. So what we're doing is, right there, E flat, C. Bend on, you know, we're in this box, right? And then little finger here, right? And that's a chromatic run there, right? Another reason why I like this lick. So. Slide down to D1. And pull off. Okay. Pull off. Okay. Right? Just love that. A little hook in that. With a real solid feel lick, right? Okay, so the whole solo slowly. Okay, and up to speed. Of course, then you'd go back to your clean sound for that, right? But anyways, that's it for this one. Excellent solo. Really good guitar playing. To me, the best solos, some of my favorite solos, are those like solos that are 30 seconds long in the middle of a song, because they're so, I don't know, concentrated, and, you know, just, you don't have time to make a big mess. It's get in, get out, and just, they're always, like, the Cars were good at that too. Elliot Easton was great at that, you know, just going in for 30 seconds and just bang, you know, just playing these awesome solos. And I would put this in the same category. Great guitar player. Anyways, I hope you get something out of this lesson. I hope you enjoy playing this solo and this song, and we'll talk to you next time.